Let's move on to AIPAC Shakur. We went from a lizard on a rock to AIPAC Shakur. This is the new nickname that Hakeem Jeffries has gotten from Charlamagne. We should just take a look at this clip because describing it doesn't do it justice. Let's roll C1.
I love having the speaker, minority speaker, Hakeem Jeffries. Because, you know, I'm a political nerd. Like, I love talking politics.
Charlamagne hates him.
You do?
I don't hate him. I just don't think he stands for anything.
Well,
I think that I call him AIPAC Shakur. Like,
well, he definitely, we did talk about messaging. And I actually went to the Capitol and had a meeting with him. And we talked about messaging and how I was like, the frustration with the party is y'all have to get more gangster. Like, stop going by the politics of the late 2000s, you know, in 2010. And you have to like rise to the occasion in the messaging. And he did. I saw him do more afterwards.
Hakeem is a puppet. Hakeem's not doing anything if Chuck Schumer don't tell him to do it. And it's simple as that.
But I was very happy that he came on our little podcast though.
Oh yeah.
Because we can like have these conversations. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people don't press these folks. You know what I mean? And we do. And we need to do that. We need to be pressing all of them.
For people not steeped in their Hakeem Jeffries lore, he loves to rap. Like at fundraisers, at major events, like he will spit bars, as the kids say.
It's like watching
the
someone
most
do it
cringe
at a
thing you've
bar
ever
mitzvah,
seen.
right? Like it's so bad.
So AIPAC Shakur, I think that one's gonna stick. That hurts.
It's like when some kid is at their like middle school talent show. That's what it's like watching Hakeem Jeffries rap. It's like
He's
everyone gives him a
better
pat
than
on
that.
the back.
I'm critical of Hakeem Jeffries.
You give it to him in the rapping.
I mean, he's not gonna like get on a label or anything, but like I think he's better than like a bar mitzvah guy.
It's a low bar, but
like I think he's like I'm like, this is decent. Like, you know, it's not nothing original. He's just sticking to the the old beats, and it's like '90s kind of beats. But you know, I'm a '90s kid, so
that's true.
That's all I need.
Well, this comes on the heels of the DNC vote, and Ryan, I'm very, very curious to get your breakdown of everything that happened. So C2, we can put up the screen on the screen. This is the DNC vote. There was an amendment at the DNC urging the support for recognition of Palestine as a state, and then also ending all military aid to Israel. Ran into some trouble, you may be shocked to learn. Hit a few snags, Ryan. Tell us what happened.
And speaking of AIPAC Shakur, we'll start with this. DMFI, Democratic Majority for Israel, which is an offshoot of AIPAC, put out this statement because AIPAC is too toxic in the Democratic Party, so they made DMFI. They said, today the Democratic Party sent a clear and resounding message by defeating a reckless and divisive resolution. We stand with the people of Israel and will continue to do so. For more than 75 years, the U.S.-Israel relationship has been strong because it's grounded in shared values and mutual security interests. We cannot forget how we got here. Hamas started this war and continues to hold 50 hostages. Passing this resolution would have been a gift to Republicans, further divided our party, and rewarded Hamas's brutality, because Hamas is very closely following the DNC bylaws and platform creation, no doubt. In this critical moment, Democrats stood firm, rejected this dangerous effort, and sent a message that they remain united in our commitment to Israel's security and our longstanding alliance. And so the meeting began with Ken Martin, the new head of the DNC, putting forward a resolution that was as milquetoast as it could be, while still being offensive to some pro-Israel members of the party. All it said was that basically the land of Israel is a place where two peoples have historical roots, which is undeniably true. Yet still, there is a whole strain of pro-Israel argumentation that says that Palestinians are made up and don't actually exist and didn't even exist before like the 1970s or something, even though they're mentioned in like Homer, like all the way back, first recorded history. Setting that aside, it's obviously true. So that passed, and it had, some other like not fairly uncontroversial for the DNC things in that resolution. And then it gets to the one that says that there's going to be an arms embargo on Israel, and the Democrats are going to recognize a Palestinian state. There was an attempt to amend it to add offensive weapons,
right,
and put in some other palatable things to Israel. That was defeated I think by a combination of the resolution's supporters didn't want to water it down, and the resolution's opponents didn't want it to be watered down out of fear that it might pass if it was watered down. So that amendment was rejected. So it went straight with an arms embargo, and Democrats voted it down, and DMFI celebrated. And then when they left the room, all the reporters followed them, and the DNC staff and members were just livid. Like, why won't you stick around and follow the rest of our proceedings? Why are you so concerned about just this one issue?
Right.
Which, I get it, but they're carrying out a genocide. And so
it's interesting that they couldn't even get it amended, right? Because Alyssa Slotkin sat literally right here and said she would consider an offensive weapons ban.
yeah, and then went on Colbert and missed the vote.
Yeah.
But said she would have voted for it.
Right.
Yeah. Which, anyway,
And it's
the
it
offensive
reminds me
weapon thing is insane. Like, if you think somebody is committing a genocide, why give them any weapons whatsoever? And if it's only about civilians, who needs the defensive weapons more than the Palestinians? If you really want to protect civilians, wouldn't you send the Iron Dome to the Palestinians? When was the last time anything was fired at Israel?
It reminds me of we were sitting at the DNC last year. It just was the most obvious thing in the world that the party should allow, just from the bare political standpoint of this, should allow somebody from the Free Palestine movement to go up and speak. I mean, they have so many speakers throughout the week. They're just doing random people, throwing random people out there, and they can't give they won't give an inch.
Yeah, they wanted a 2-minute vetted speech by a Palestinian American who serves as a Georgia lawmaker, and they wouldn't allow it. In St. Louis, Cori Bush, as we know, was ousted by Wesley Bell last cycle. Bush is rumored to be looking at a rematch. Wesley Bell, as you saw last week, had a town hall where a bunch of constituents complained to him about his support for Israel's genocide. He told them he would talk to them after he dealt with the media. He went and did some interviews with the media. As he was back talking to the media, his security then beat up a bunch of constituents. Now he would have a new event. It's a public event. If you look, see how many people you can count in the audience in the event I'm about to show you, where he's asked about the enormous amounts of money that he has taken. And his defense is quite remarkable. Let's roll Wesley Bell here.
People want to support this, support what we're doing. Please, hey, we'll take it because we got to get our message out. And the bottom line is that in our politics, you know that they're expecting close to a couple $1 billion in these elections coming out. And so that money is flowing everywhere. And until we address that issue and get campaign finance reforms, if you want representation that's going to represent your district, those people can't just go in there with empty pockets and just hopes and dreams. We got to understand there's a game being played. Politics is a game that's being played, and we can sit back and be righteous and say, no, we're not going to do it that way. And we can keep losing. And you know what? That's what we've been doing. Listen, we can't just sit back and just be like, oh, well, we just going to just keep doing what we doing, and no, we're not going to get involved. No, we can't do that. And so I hear what you're saying, and that's why I stay accessible. I'm going to come out in the community. I'm not going to shy away from tough stuff.
So Wesley Bell got more than $12 million from AIPAC to defeat Cori Bush. His diagnosis is that Democrats are not doing better because they are too discerning and puritanical about who they will take money from. And if they would just take more money from more people, Democrats wouldn't be in the bind that they're in. Now, if he had not taken a penny and had not even run for Congress, St. Louis would still be represented by Cori Bush and her quote-unquote empty pockets.
Right. So
I don't quite understand what he accomplished in terms of representation for St. Louis by taking the money. But setting that aside, so if are Democrats too discerning about who they take money from? Is that your assessment?
Yeah, clearly. I mean, a all that cash from Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein, that was just they were just being careful. That is all you can say.
Yeah. So thank you to Wesley Bell for being open about your willingness to take money from absolutely anybody.
Oh, but let's not forget Sam Bankman-Fried.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
That was a fun one.
It's nice when people are upfront about it. At least we'll take that.
Yeah.
So if Cori Bush does run again, that's going to cost AIPAC another $10-15 million in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And maybe Bell wins, maybe he doesn't. He only won by 4 percentage points. Right?
Yeah,
or something like that, or less than that. Like I think it was like 4,000 votes or something like that.
Which is actually, I think, remarkable given how radical compared to the average Democrat Cori Bush was.
Yeah. Yes, she was one of the first, and she was a lead sponsor of the ceasefire resolution. Like she did not back down remotely. And so this was, we're 2 years later, she may be in a better position.
Yeah, oh my gosh, especially because I think the climate has changed significantly on the Israel question.
And he's going to have to go around continuing to explain why he's taking all of this money, and he's going to have to do better than that. But you can't do better than that. Like that is it. Like that's it.
It's just a behind-the-scenes secret. Democrats and Republicans are not at all discerning in whose money they take.
No.
They will take anyone's
Some are,
money.
like Cori Bush. Like the Justice Democrats of the world. Now, she doesn't have to be discerning because AIPAC is not
they're not offering.
showing up and offering her money. Although, as I reported in my book, The Squad, after AOC won, her campaign got a call and said, like, AIPAC is ready to raise $200,000 for you off the bat. I think 100 or 200,000. Check the details in the book. And there's a lot more where that came from, and we'd love to educate you on the historic relationship between Israel and the United States. And we believe, so it was even on offer for her. She said, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
Like, and the campaign was even a little surprised at the brazenness of it. Like you're kind of, I think, trained to think it's a little more sophisticated than that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.